So I build electric guitars, and when I'm not doing that, I'm doing band stuff or listing stuff on eBay. I don't really have any spare time to earn any extra pocket money. So I figured I'd just Truman Show myself and pimp out my privacy. This is Last Chance Arcade. Go on then. It's episode 4. We made it to the weekend. Hey guys, it's been a while, it's been a day. I hope everyone's doing alright. I'm doing very well. It's Saturday. I've got lots of labour-intensive chores in front of me today, ready to kick off the weekend with. I've got a big old hole to dig. I've got some comics to list on eBay. And there's a surprise task in the middle of the day, which I wasn't expecting. Kind of threw me off. But what are you going to do? Smoke, come. Okay. The big question today, what kind of YouTube channel should you make? And what am I making?
Yeah, you didn't do anything, did you?
For me, I mean, I've said it before, I like to watch bushcraft channels, stuff like that. I really love diorama channels. Something that's like 45 minutes, just no voice, no voiceover, just somebody putting in effort into something they are passionate about. So I kind of want to do that myself. The only problem is, what I do is interesting, but it's the same thing every day. It's sand a guitar neck, sand a guitar body, fit the guitar neck to the body, rinse and repeat. You know, there's a few different things that I do that spice it up a little bit, but it's going to get pretty boring unless I talk about something interesting. A lot of people would talk about the state of the world, you know, the politics, it's the general agenda, but I don't know if I fully trust it. I kind of think, you know, the real world in quotation marks is kind of like WWE. There's, you know, like politics, for instance, there's a goodie, there's a baddie, and people get upset when the baddie wins, the goodie doesn't do well. But when you really think about it, at the end of the day, there's some people that have a lot more money that are in a room that nobody sees that make all the actual decisions. I kind of think that's what the world's probably more likely to be like. So all I actually know for certain to talk about, considering that the government's lying through the teeth for centuries and propaganda, bloody Mandela effects and AI, are my own thoughts. That's all I can really count on at the moment. So I figured it would be a cool dynamic if my channel was like, if you guys were seeing through my eyes, but also what's on my mind while I'm going about my daily business. Whether I'm fueling it for the 100th time, or playing a rock and roll show to a dark room of about 6 or 7 people. So I guess the answer is something like, you know, if you have something that you need to say, something that you want to show people, and if you have a unique perspective on those things and you want to share it, go for it. Okay. Build the channel. Personally, I feel pretty isolated at most times. At my age, your friends kind of dwindle away. The ones that are left don't necessarily have time for your bullshit. And most people think at 36 you're pretty much past it and don't have much value to add to the conversation. So for me, I needed an outlet for the waves of thoughts that kind of consume my mind before they become a tsunami that inevitably washes away any creativity that I have left. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting my mind to my phone and letting you guys have a go on it, see what you think. Some people might think the same as me. Some people might think I'm kind of whinging too much and I've got a lot of good things in my life that I should just be happy and content with, just kind of carry on with a 9 to 5. But, you know, I wouldn't mind a bit more. And this is good for that. This is really helping. Also, I bought 40 packets of instant noodles. And spoiler alert, they taste like shit. They taste absolutely awful. So I've been throwing away the packet, the little seasoning packet, and just eating plain noodles. which is pretty fun. Still enjoying my crisp sandwich though. You've got to bust out the prawny seas and enjoy a nice crisp sandwich. So while I was digging today, my neighbour popped over the fence. He's been mentioning this tree that's behind my shed. I didn't realise it was on, like, in our garden, but it is. There's about a foot of space behind the shed. So we decided it was time to destroy it. It's a self-seeder. You can't get to it. It would have destroyed the shed. It would have probably destroyed his shed. And the fence. So we've done away with it. There it is. Right up there. That big old tree there. So I ended up going round. We had to get to the bottom of his garden. I had to climb on a wheelbarrow and some little car ramps, climb up on the shed, and I wasn't happy with those ladders on there. Oh, I hope the felt's okay. But yeah, we got over. We chopped it all down. There it is. That's probably like my fifth monster of the day, but it's what you got to do when it's hot, right? Sugar-free, healthy. So I broke down the trees, chuck them in my big pile of green waste. I'm making more green waste than they can take away, so I've just created a dedicated little area in the back of my garden to chuck it all for now. There's Spock helping out. And then after the tree, I was good to kind of crack back on with my digging. I'm basically building like a little fire pit area. It's going to be dug out, so you can kind of step down into it. Maybe stick a little barbecue down there, hope it don't burn down the shed or the fence or the trees or all of the flammable things that I'm kind of putting the fire pit in the middle of. Never mind. And here are the comics. Oh, I said I shouldn't be narrating what's actually on the screen, but here I am. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I've got these, not old comics, some of them like 10 years old probably, Avenging Spider-Man. That one there in the white with the spider on the front, that's all new Ultimate Spider-Man #1 with Miles Morales. So I was checking to see if that had kind of inflated in value, but I probably want to wait until there's an actual Miles Morales movie come out before listing that thing. So I've got that Incredible Hulk 600 signed by Stan Lee, so I'm going to list that one. And there's an old, I think it's Spider-Man 51 or 52. That was like $60 or something, so I'm going to list that as well. So to sum up, I know I kind of went off on a little tangent. I'm kind of back now. So what kind of channel should you make? Should you make one? The answer, which is the same question as the last episode, is yes. If you're passionate about something, do it. And if it's already been done, make it your own and do it for you.